questions to help quiet your mind and let your thoughts drift. Tonight's topic is relaxing scenes. Let's begin. Question 1. Would you rather watch a calm ocean sunset or a peaceful mountain sunrise? Question 2. Would you rather walk through a quiet, misty forest or along a deserted, sandy beach? Question 3. Would you rather listen to the sound of gentle rainfall or the sound of crickets on a warm night? Would you rather sit by a warm, crackling fireplace or rest in a hammock swaying in a light breeze? Would you rather see a field full of wildflowers or a sky full of stars? Would you rather be in a cozy cabin covered in snow or on a quiet, sun-drenched island? Would you rather watch snow gently fall outside your window or watch clouds drift across the sky? Would you rather float down a slow, winding river or gaze at a still, clear lake? Would you rather walk through an old, quiet library or an empty, peaceful garden? Would you rather see the northern lights or a rainbow stretching across a valley? Would you rather nap in a patch of soft sunlight or rest under a large, shady tree? Would you rather listen to a distant, gentle thunderstorm or the rustling of leaves in the wind? Would you rather stroll through a Japanese Zen garden or a colorful English cottage garden? Would you rather look at a full moon over the water or a sliver of moon in a twilight sky? Would you rather be in a quiet room with only candlelight, or outside in the soft light of dawn? Would you rather see a landscape covered in fresh fog, or a clear view from a high balcony? Would you rather walk barefoot on cool grass or on warm sand? Would you rather watch a small waterfall flow into a pond, or watch waves gently lap the shore? Would you rather be in a silent, snowy landscape, or a quiet desert at dusk? Would you rather visit a peaceful vineyard or a quiet lavender field? Would you rather sit on a quiet porch swing or in a comfortable rocking chair? Would you rather watch butterflies in a meadow or fish swimming in a clear stream? Would you rather relax in a natural hot spring or in a quiet, shaded pool? Would you rather look at cherry blossoms falling like snow, or bright autumn leaves covering the ground? Would you rather hear the sound of a distant wind chime or a far-off, quiet bell? Would you rather watch steam rise from a hot cup of tea, or watch frost form on a window pane? Would you rather walk on a path of smooth, flat stones or on a soft, mossy trail? Would you rather sit on a quiet dock by a still lake, or on a large, smooth boulder in a forest? Would you rather see a field of tall, swaying sunflowers or a field of ripe, golden wheat? you rather be in a small, cozy attic room or a spacious room with a large, open window? Would you rather listen to the faint echo in a quiet cave, or the soft drip of water from stalactites? Would you rather look at an ancient, moss-covered tree or a perfectly clear, natural ice sculpture? Would you rather be in a warm greenhouse filled with plants or a cool, quiet art museum? Would you rather watch fireflies blinking in the evening or listen to the first bird song in the morning? Would you rather walk through a quiet bamboo forest or a grove of tall redwood trees? Would you rather float effortlessly in a saltwater pool or in a clear freshwater spring? Would you rather look at the reflection of mountains in still water or the shadows of clouds on the land? Would you rather be in a quiet, empty cathedral or a small, simple chapel in the woods? Would you rather smell the air just after a rain shower or the air on a crisp autumn morning? Would you rather watch a distant windmill turn slowly or a water wheel spin in a small stream? Would you rather see a quiet, snow-covered town at night or a sleepy seaside village in the afternoon? Would you rather rest on a pile of soft, warm cushions or a freshly made bed with cool sheets? Would you rather watch a single feather float down from the sky or a single leaf drift down a river? Would you rather see the intricate patterns in a seashell or the delicate structure of a snowflake? Would you rather hear the soft, distant hum of a sleeping city or the deep silence of the remote countryside? Would you rather look at a calm, endless ocean horizon or a sprawling, peaceful desert landscape? Would you rather be in a room with a slowly turning ceiling fan or a room with a gently blowing curtain? Would you rather watch a cat sleeping peacefully in a sunbeam or a dog resting contentedly by a fire? Would you rather sit by a still pond with lily pads or beside a simple bubbling fountain? Would you rather see gentle heat, haze, rise from a road, or see morning mist rise from a lake? Would you rather walk through a quiet, abandoned stone ruin or a peaceful, ancient temple? Would you rather listen to the sound of a crackling bonfire or the sound of a quiet, bubbling brook? Would you rather be in a room with the scent of old books or the scent of fresh, clean laundry? Would you rather look at a tiny, perfect dewdrop on a leaf or the vast, dark emptiness of space? Would you rather watch a small boat bobbing gently on the water or a kite drifting high in the sky? Would you rather be in a quiet, candlelit room during a power cut or outside in the blue light just before sunrise? Would you rather trace the patterns in a piece of wood grain or in a polished marble stone? Would you rather hear the sound of a distant, lonely train whistle or the sound of a far-off ship's horn? Would you rather sit in an empty, quiet train car on a long journey or in the back of a cozy, warm bus Would you rather watch a blacksmith work quietly at a forge or a potter spin clay on a wheel? Would you rather see a landscape through a soft, out-of-focus lens or in perfect, crisp detail? Would you rather be in a quiet, cool wine cellar or a warm, silent attic? Would you rather watch sand slip through an hourglass or dust motes dance in a beam of light? Would you rather look at a simple, elegant bridge over a small creek or a long, winding stone wall? Would you rather hear the soft padding of bare feet on a wooden floor or the gentle hum of a refrigerator? Would you rather be on a quiet, empty ski lift, gliding over snow, or in a slow-moving glass elevator? Would you rather watch a shadow slowly stretch across the floor or the tide slowly creep up the sand? Would you rather rest your head on a silk pillowcase or a soft, cool cotton one? Would you rather see a single, isolated tree on a hill or a dense, quiet patch of ferns? Would you rather be in a quiet, empty greenhouse in the rain or a warm, dry barn? Would you rather listen to the sound of someone quietly knitting or someone softly turning the pages of a book? Would you rather watch a spider spin a web in a quiet corner or a snail move slowly across a path? Would you rather be in a room with a single, unadorned window or a room with a large, intricate tapestry? Would you rather see the deep, rich color of wet earth or the pale, soft color of dry sand? Would you rather be in a quiet, empty lighthouse or inside an old, silent windmill? Would you rather listen to the soft purr of a cat or the gentle breathing of someone sleeping? Would you rather walk down a quiet cobblestone street in the fog or along a wooden boardwalk at dusk? Would you rather be in a small, cozy bookshop after hours or a large, quiet art gallery? Would you rather be in a room with a large skylight to see the sky or a room with a large bay window? Would you rather watch the glowing embers of a dying fire or the slow rising of bubbles in water? Would you rather sit on a quiet city rooftop at night or on a secluded, private balcony? Would you rather walk through a field of tall, swaying grass or wade through a shallow, clear stream? Would you rather listen to the steady tick of a clock in a quiet room or the distant hoot of an owl? Would you rather look at a very detailed old map or a large, simple, abstract painting? Would you rather be in a warm, still bath or under a heavy, warm blanket? Would you rather smell the scent of dry pine needles or the scent of damp, mossy earth? Would you rather be at a quiet, empty train station late at night or on a deserted pier over the water? Would you rather be in a room lit only by a dim, warm lamp or a room lit only by moonlight? Would you rather walk in a light, warm drizzle or in a very light, dry snowfall? Would you rather be in a room with bare, polished wooden floors or a room with thick, soft carpet? Would you rather watch a candle flame flicker in a still room or watch incense smoke curl and drift? Would you rather sit in a quiet, empty rowboat floating on a pond or on a simple wooden bench in a forest? Would you rather look at a quiet, moss-covered stone fountain or a simple wind sculpture moving slowly? Would you rather trace the rings on a large tree stump or the ripples spreading in a pond? Would you rather feel the touch of cool, smooth marble or warm, polished wood? Would you rather be in a silent, empty auditorium or a quiet, empty artist's studio? Would you rather watch a single drop of rain fall into still water or watch a single snowflake land on a dark surface? Would you rather see a path lit by lanterns or a path lit only by the stars? Would you rather be in a room with the faint scent of baking bread or the faint scent of brewing coffee? Would you rather watch dappled sunlight filter through leaves or watch moonlight shimmer on still water? Would you rather rest your hands on a warm, smooth stone or a piece of cool, worn sea glass? Would you rather be in a quiet, empty observatory at night or a silent, empty artist's loft? Would you rather listen to the soft crunch of walking on dry leaves or the soft padding of walking on fresh snow? Would you rather see the deep, clear blue of a summer sky or the soft, hazy gray of an overcast day? cozy, quiet kitchen or a peaceful, sunlit study? Would you rather watch a feather pillow slowly being fluffed, or watch a cloud of flowers settle in a bakery? Would you rather look at the smooth, simple lines of a minimalist room or the intricate details of an antique object? Would you rather be in a quiet, walled courtyard or a small, secluded cove on a beach? Would you rather hear the gentle rhythmic sound of a rocking chair on a wooden floor or the steady swish of a broom sweeping? Would you rather watch a slow motion video of a wave breaking or a time lapse of a flower opening? Would you rather be in a room with a single large painting or a wall of many small quiet photos? Would you rather feel the sensation of floating in a dark, quiet sensory tank or lying on a perfectly still waterbed? Would you rather watch a plume of smoke rise from a chimney in the distance or see a single sailboat on the far horizon? Would you rather listen to the sound of water being poured slowly from a pitcher or the sound of dry rice being poured into a bowl? Would you rather be in a quiet, empty museum hall after closing or a silent, grand library at night? Would you rather look at the gentle rolling hills of a green countryside or the flat, endless expanse of a salt flat? Would you rather be in a room with very high ceilings or a room with very low, cozy ceilings? Would you rather watch a slow, steady pendulum swing or a mobile turn gently in the air? Would you rather feel the texture of soft, brushed cotton or smooth, cool satin? Would you rather see a sky in the soft blue hour after sunset, or the warm golden hour before it? Would you rather be in a quiet, simple room made of natural wood, or a room made of cool, smooth stone? Would you rather listen to the sound of a page being turned in an old book, or the soft click of a light switch? Would you rather watch a distant, silent heat, lightning storm, or a slow, quiet meteor shower? Would you rather look at a small, intricate bonsai tree, or a large, sprawling, weeping willow? Would you rather be in a room with a single, perfectly placed flower, or a room full of lush, green plants? Would you rather listen to the soft strumming of an acoustic guitar, or the gentle notes of a piano? Would you rather see a very old handwritten letter, or a simple, elegant piece of calligraphy? Would you rather be in a quiet, empty pottery studio, or a silent, empty bakery? Would you rather watch a very slow, gentle game of chess, or a person quietly solving a puzzle? Would you rather see a landscape painted in soft watercolors, or a landscape captured in a black and white photograph? Would you rather rest in a simple, unadorned room, or a room with rich, velvet curtains? Would you rather walk through a quiet, empty subway tunnel, or a long, silent corridor? Would you rather be in a room with a large, empty fireplace, or a room with a large, unlit stove? Would you rather watch a geyser quietly steam in the cold, or watch a slow-moving glacier? texture of a smooth river stone or a rough, porous lava rock? Would you rather see a sky with a single high-altitude cloud or a sky with a low, flat layer of clouds? Would you rather be in a quiet, dark room developing photos or a silent, still, dark room? Would you rather watch a drop of ink slowly spread in water or a drop of oil spread on a surface? Would you rather smell the clean scent of soap or the faint, sweet scent of wax? Would you rather look at a simple, unmoving sculpture or a perfectly still, clear pond? Would you rather be in a quiet, cozy tent in the woods or a small, simple hut on a beach? Would you rather hear the very faint sound of ice cracking on a pond or the soft sound of a flag flapping in a breeze? Would you rather be in a room with a large old globe or a detailed antique telescope? Would you rather watch a bee move slowly from flower to flower or a snail leave a trail on a stone? Would you rather smell the scent of a new book or the scent of an old leather chair? Would you rather be in a quiet, empty tailor shop or a silent, empty shoe repair store? Would you rather see a path made of fine, white gravel or a path made of dark, soft wood chips? Would you rather listen to the sound of a slow, rhythmic drum or the sound of a low, sustained flute note? Would you rather hear the sound of wind moving through pine trees or wind moving through a canyon? Would you rather see a perfectly balanced stack of stones or a perfectly still hanging leaf? Would you rather be in a room with a large, quiet aquarium or a room with a large, detailed terrarium? Would you rather watch a glass blower work quietly or a weaver work silently on a loom? Would you rather smell the scent of fresh sawdust or the scent of cool wet clay? Would you rather sit on a soft velvet cushion or on a smooth, polished wooden stool? Would you rather walk through a quiet, misty graveyard or through a silent, ancient aqueduct? Would you rather be in a quiet, empty museum of natural history or a silent, empty planetarium? Would you rather listen to the soft sound of sand shifting in an hourglass or the quiet sound of dust settling on a surface? Would you rather watch a single soap bubble float until it disappears, or watch a single ash rise from a fire? Would you rather feel the weight of a heavy, warm robe or the lightness of a thin, silk kimono? Would you rather be in a quiet, sun-drenched ruin or a cool, shadowy grotto? Would you rather see the deep black of a moonless night sky or the deep blue of the ocean depths? Would you rather smell the air in a deep, damp forest or the air on a high, cold mountain? Would you rather watch a starfish slowly move across a rock or watch a sea anemone wave in a gentle current? Would you rather be in a room with a single, simple mirror or a room with a single empty wooden frame? Would you rather listen to the sound of a pencil drawing on paper or the sound of a brush painting on canvas? Would you rather walk on a perfectly flat, smooth salt flat or on a soft, yielding tundra? Would you rather see the intricate texture of a butterfly wing or the delicate texture of a dragonfly wing? Would you rather be in a quiet, empty cable car ascending a mountain, or in a quiet, empty ferry crossing a calm bay? Would you rather be in a room with a large, unmoving tapestry, or a room with a large, unmoving sculpture? Would you rather watch a slow, steady hourglass or a simple, magnetic sand pendulum? Would you rather see a long, straight, empty road disappearing into the horizon, or a road with many gentle winding curves? Would you rather listen to the soft, distant sound of children playing, or the soft, distant sound of a quiet celebration? Would you rather be in a quiet room with a single unlit candle or a room with a single unlit oil lamp? Would you rather walk on a soft, pine needle covered path or a path of smooth, flat stones? Would you rather watch a ship in a bottle or a complex, unmoving mobile? Would you rather be in a quiet, empty bell tower or a silent, empty artist's dark room? Would you rather smell old paper in a library or the faint scent of new wood? Would you rather look at a smooth, gray river rock or a piece of dark, volcanic glass? Would you rather sit in an empty, quiet cafe in the morning or an empty, quiet diner late at night? Would you rather walk on a beach of smooth gray pebbles or a beach of fine black sand? Would you rather look at the delicate skeleton of a dried leaf or a simple pressed flower? Would you rather hear the sound of a well-oiled heavy door closing or a soft, leather-bound book being shut? Would you rather see a perfectly still weather vane on a roof or a perfectly still wind chime? Would you rather be in a room with a single unplayed musical instrument or a single blank canvas on an easel? Would you rather watch an intricate spider web covered in dew or a clear window covered in delicate frost patterns? Would you rather smell the faint, waxy scent of an unlit beeswax candle or the scent of a fresh, unlit match? Would you rather be in a quiet, abandoned farmhouse or a quiet, empty, one-room schoolhouse? Would you rather look at the texture of a dried, empty seed pod or the smooth, worn texture of driftwood? Would you rather watch a slow-moving old watermill or a slow-turning modern wind turbine in the distance? Would you rather be in a room with a large, quiet loom or a large, silent, antique printing press? Would you rather feel the texture of a smooth, dry animal bone or a smooth, dry piece of coral? Would you rather see a single bare tree in a winter field or a single dense evergreen tree in the snow? Would you rather listen to the sound of someone else breathing quietly in sleep or the sound of a distant, slow-moving ceiling fan? Would you rather be in a quiet, empty greenhouse on a sunny day or a quiet, empty greenhouse a simple, elegant stone path or a complex, intricate mosaic floor? Would you rather be in a room with a soft, thick rug covering the floor, or a room with a single flat tatami mat? Would you rather watch a river flow under an old stone bridge, or see a silent train cross a distant valley? Would you rather be in a room with a silent, antique grandfather clock, or a room with a large, unmoving pendulum? Would you rather walk on a path covered in soft, dry moss, or on a path of hard, cool slate? Would you rather see a quiet, empty carousel at night, or a quiet, still Ferris wheel? Would you rather be in a room with the scent of dry cut hay, or the scent of dry warm earth? Would you rather listen to the sound of a single key turning in a lock, or a single bolt sliding home? Would you rather look at a smooth, uncarved block of marble, or a rough, uncarved block of granite? Would you rather be in a quiet, empty stable, or a quiet, empty boathouse? Would you rather see a still, empty playground at night, or a still, empty street market at dawn? Would you rather be in a silent, empty ballroom, or a silent, empty theater auditorium? Would you rather watch a slow-moving ant on a path, or a slow-moving beetle on a leaf? Would you rather be in a quiet, empty carpenter's workshop, or a quiet, empty forge? Would you rather look at a long, straight, empty canal, or a long, straight, empty railway track? Would you rather see ivy growing on a quiet wall or moss growing on a still stone? Would you rather listen to the sound of very slow, steady rain on a metal roof or on a fabric tent? Would you rather be in a room with a single simple wooden cot or a room with a single simple floor mat? Would you rather see a large, empty stone basin or a large, empty wooden trough? Would you rather feel the texture of cool, dry sand sifting through your fingers or cool, damp clay? Would you rather watch paint slowly dry on a wall or watch plaster slowly set? Would you rather be in a quiet museum of ancient, silent pottery or a quiet museum of old, still clocks? Would you rather feel the smooth, cool surface of a new coin or the soft, worn surface of an old banknote? Would you rather smell a room that has just been aired out and is cool, or a room that has been closed and is warm? Would you rather look at a simple, empty swing set moving very slightly in a breeze, or a simple, empty park bench? Would you rather see a long, still row of empty coat hooks or a long, still row of empty chairs? Would you rather be in a quiet, empty classroom or a quiet, empty lecture hall? Would you rather look at the still surface of a small, dark pond or the still surface of a large, clear pool? Would you rather watch a single, unmoving cloud high in the sky or a single, unmoving boat on the far horizon? Would you rather be in a room with just a simple mat or a room with just a simple wooden chair? Would you rather listen to the soft, slow crackling of ice cubes in a glass, or the faint hiss of a vinyl record? Would you rather look at a very complex, tight knot, or a simple, smooth loop of rope? Would you rather be in a quiet, empty post office or a quiet, empty bank hall? Would you rather smell the faint scent of chalk dust or the faint, earthy scent of dry clay? Would you rather feel the texture of coarse, dry wool or the texture of fine, smooth linen? Would you rather watch a single drop of water slowly form and fall, or watch a single grain of sand fall? Would you rather see an empty harbor at night under the moon, or an empty airfield at dawn? Would you rather be in a room with only a single simple bed, or a room with only a single large wooden table? Would you rather be in a very long, empty hallway or a very wide, empty room? Would you rather listen to the soft sound of a zipper being closed, or the quiet sound of a button being fastened? Would you rather look at a perfectly still, clear glass of water, or a perfectly still, dark cup of tea? Would you rather see a path lit by a single dim light in the distance, or a path lit only by very faint moonlight? Would you rather be in a silent, empty, indoor swimming pool area, or a silent, empty gymnasium? Would you rather feel the worn texture of a very old coin, or the cool, smooth texture of a very old key? Would you rather smell a room just after a candle was blown out, or a room with a cooling, dormant fireplace, a single bare light bulb, or a room lit by a single heavily shaded lamp? Would you rather be inside a still empty elevator or on a still empty escalator? Would you rather look at a blank white wall or a wall painted a single dark flat color? Would you rather listen to the sound of a heavy curtain being drawn closed or the sound of a light shade being pulled down? Would you rather look at a simple, empty wooden bowl or a simple, empty ceramic plate? Would you rather watch a single moth flutter near a distant light or watch a single slow-moving fish in a large dark tank? Would you rather be in a room with a single unadorned column or a room with a single simple archway? Would you rather smell the faint scent of a brand new book or the faint scent of brand new clean sheets? Would you rather watch a very long, straight shadow in the late afternoon or a very intricate, complex shadow from a tree? Would you rather be in a quiet, empty dance studio with a mirrored wall or a quiet, empty stage with a single dim light? Would you rather listen to the sound of a single slow computer key press or the soft, dull click of a mouse? Would you rather look at a perfectly still, empty swing on a porch or a perfectly still, empty rocking horse? Would you rather be in a room with the faint smell of dry, cut herbs or the faint smell of dry tea leaves? Would you rather watch a slow motion video of water dripping or a slow motion video of smoke rising? Would you rather be in a quiet, empty fencing room or a quiet, empty indoor archery range? the smooth, cool surface of a pane of glass, or the warm, smooth surface of a ceramic mug? Would you rather see a long, thin shadow from a flagpole, or a wide, soft shadow from a large, distant building? Would you rather be in a room with a single unadorned doorway, or a room with a single drawn heavy curtain? Would you rather listen to the sound of a small wooden box being closed, or a small metal tin being closed? Would you rather look at the still dark screen of an old television, or the still dark screen of a turned off computer? Would you rather be in a silent, empty funicular car, or a silent, empty cable car? Would you rather see the thin line of light coming from under a closed door, or the small spot of light coming through a keyhole? Would you rather smell the faint scent of new clean carpets, or the faint scent of new leather shoes? Would you rather watch a simple digital clock change numbers, or watch the slow-moving second hand of an analog clock? Would you rather be in a quiet, warm boiler room with a low hum, or a quiet, cool server room with a steady fan sound? Would you rather look at a long, straight, empty highway at night, or a long, straight, empty airport runway at night? Would you rather feel the texture of smooth, blank paper, or the rough, textured surface of a blank canvas? Would you rather hear the sound of a single coin being dropped on a soft rug, or a single coin being dropped on a hard wooden table? Would you rather be in a room with a single large empty bookshelf, or a room with a single large empty vase? Would you rather watch a slow-moving robotic arm in the distance, or a slow-moving large crane in the distance? Would you rather see a very old, worn, smooth wooden tool handle, or a very old, worn, smooth metal tool handle? Would you rather be in a quiet, cool stone cellar or a quiet, dry pantry? Would you rather look at the still surface of a glass of milk or the still surface of a glass of dark, opaque juice? Would you rather listen to the sound of a dial being slowly turned or the sound of a soft, sliding, dimmer switch? Would you rather be in a quiet, empty coin laundry at night or a quiet, empty convenience store at night? Would you rather watch a very slow, high-altitude plane cross the sky or watch a very distant, slow-moving cargo ship? Would you rather listen to the very faint hum of a vending machine or the very faint hum of an electronic device in standby? Would you rather be in a silent, empty bowling alley or a silent, empty indoor mini golf course? Would you rather look at a still, empty revolving door or a still, empty turnstile? Would you rather feel the texture of a smooth, dry leaf or the texture of a piece of thin, dry bark? Would you rather be in a quiet, empty art supply store or a quiet, empty hardware store? Would you rather see a long, empty modern tunnel or a long, empty old brick tunnel? Would you rather smell the faint scent of dry spices or the faint scent of dry grains? Would you rather feel the texture of a smooth plastic button or a smooth wooden bead? Would you rather look at a simple, smooth, unpainted wooden plank or a simple, smooth, unpainted metal sheet? stream of sand pouring from a hand, or watch a slow, steady, thin stream of water from a tap? Would you rather see a single simple key in a lock, or a single simple hook on a wall? Would you rather be in a room with a single unadorned clock, or a room with a single simple calendar? Would you rather look at a still unlit neon sign, or a still unlit street lamp? Would you rather smell the scent of clean, cool metal, or the scent of clean, cool glass? Would you rather be on a silent, empty, moving walkway, or in a silent, empty, slow-moving tram? Would you rather listen to the sound of a distant, quiet airport, or the sound of a distant, quiet harbor? Would you rather watch a single, slow bubble rise in a thick liquid, or watch a single, slow drop of thick paint fall? Would you rather look at a simple, unadorned metal railing, or a simple, unadorned wooden fence? Would you rather be in a quiet, empty kitchen at night, or a quiet, empty office at night? Would you rather see a still, empty model train setup, or a still, empty dollhouse? Would you rather look at the smooth, polished surface of an apple, or the rough, textured surface of an orange? Would you rather be in a room with a single, unlit, old-fashioned lantern, or a room with a single, unlit, modern flashlight? Would you rather listen to the sound of a slow, steady drip into a full sink of water, or a slow, steady drip onto a dry metal surface? And with that, our questions for tonight are complete. It's time to let all the thoughts and choices just float away. There is nothing left to do but rest. Thank you for listening.